Well, good evening. Welcome to LA Gospel Beat. I'm your host, Pastor Charles Banks, pastor of Fellowship Full Gospel Ministry, 1620 North University here in the city of Lafayette. And my guest on today is Pastor Corey Young of St. James Baptist Church here in the city of Lafayette. Welcome to the show, Pastor Young. So glad to have you here today, part of LA Gospel Beat today. And Pastor Young is a new pastor on fire for God, and I don't think he's a stranger to this community here in the city of Lafayette. And we truly thank God for him on the show today. And I want you to sit back and relax and just kind of listen. Pastor Young has some great, interesting things going on in the community. He is also a part of the senior pastor of Alliance of Southwest Louisiana, and they have some. We have some things that's going on in the community, and that we ask the community to be involved with what we have going on here. So, Pastor Young, how's things going?
Everything is going good. Thanks for having me, Pastor Banks. I already enjoy being here by talking with everybody before I came in, and appreciate being here and love the atmosphere.
Well, you're just that type of guy, you know, that you don't meet a stranger. Is that right?
Well, I do my best not to make sure if they are a stranger that they don't stay a stranger.
Is that right?
That's right. That's right.
So long,
right.
So you meet them, they ain't gonna be no stranger after that.
Not for long.
Yeah. So that's good. So Pastor Young, I know that you are the new pastor at St. James Baptist Church.
Yes, I am.
And so that I just kind of want to go back before you became pastor. I think that you know that you was under Pastor Ricky Carter.
Yes, sir.
Is that
yes,
correct?
Sir.
That's where you came from, huh?
That's where I came from. I was over there. That's where I got saved at in 2000. May of 2000, I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And then from then on, the rest is history. I've been there. I was there from May 2000 up until January 2015. When I became the pastor of the St. James Baptist Church of Lafayette in January 2015.
Oh wow! Been at Pastor Carter a long time, and so that you say you got saved back in 2000. But you know, as a young man, as you coming up as a young man, I don't think you're older than I am. You know, as a young man, that some things and challenges that you faced to get where you at, and I know that you had some challenges on this journey. You may have had some challenges on this journey, you know, that we all ain't been saved. So I know you used to getting here, sitting here, stating that we've been saved all our life. We have had some rough times, and we've been to the streets, been out in the world of the Bible, so we must overcome the world. But, you know, we don't overcome the world until the Holy Spirit speaks to us and God comes in to save us. But just before you got saved, and you know, how was your life? You know, then I think you were born and raised here in Lafayette, correct?
Well, I'm born and raised in Marksville, Louisiana.
Okay.
Marksville, Louisiana. I came to school here in 1996, UL, and I ran track at the university. Back then it was University of Southwestern Louisiana when I came in 1996, but when I graduated in 2000, it was the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. But I remember that the whole time I was here, I was going to Progressive Baptist Church, which is Pastor Lloyd Joyner. And every time that I could remember going, I showed up with a hangover at Progressive Baptist Church for those 4 years that I was going.
So you had some activities going on.
I had some activities going on. I was 19 years old when I came to Lafayette, running track, somewhat of a celebrity on campus. Everybody knew me, so I felt that I had to portray a certain image, act a certain way to get the approval of some friends, male and female. And I soon realized that if I continued the way I was going, it wasn't going to end for my betterment. Matter of fact, it probably was going to end for my detriment.
Sure. And so that you were trying to be something that you're not, huh?
Absolutely.
And so you didn't want to be yourself.
Right. I didn't want to be myself.
Yeah, you had to hold that image up.
Exactly.
And so that, you know, and when you're trying to hold an image up, you got to keep on holding that image up, right?
And it get hard.
Yeah,
it get hard. It gets real hard, real fast.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
and you said that you used to have a hangover. So that I'm going to go back to your college life. You know, you said you ran track there at UL?
Yes, sir.
So you came here on a scholarship?
On a scholarship.
Wow.
Back in 1996. I graduated actually from high school in 95, but I went to a community college for a year, and then I came to Lafayette in August of 1996 on a scholarship, track scholarship at UL.
So you telling me that you can run?
I used to could run.
Oh, okay.
I used to could run. I used to could run. That was some 16, well, matter of fact, 20 years ago. 20
Wow.
years ago, because I came in 2006, well, I came in 2000, and now we're in 2016, so 16 years ago. Well, I came in 1996, and now we're in 2016, so 20 years ago. 20
Wow.
years ago.
So Pastor Young, what would you tell a young person that was watching this today, that coming from your background, coming from your parents, you know, and coming to college and the challenge that you face? What would you tell a young person today of staying in college? You know, that you came on a scholarship, and some don't get scholarship.
Right.
It's an honor to get a scholarship and come to college, and a lot of people get scholarships and they throw them away, they abuse them, and I'm one of them. You know, that I went to school in Arkansas and went on a scholarship, and I lost it. You know, I stayed there for 3 months because that, you know, I felt that school wasn't for me, and so that I got caught up in the drug life, and I lost that scholarship. And so what would you tell a young person today, Pastor Young, about going to school and staying in school and getting what they need in school?
School is very important in you being successful, because a lot of companies these days, they want people with degrees for whatever reason, and if you decide to come to school, understand that it's expensive, but not only do you gain education in the classroom, academic education, but one of the things that you gain, which I believe is far better than an academic education, is the relational and social education that you get in dealing with different types of people, from black to white, old to young. You're going to meet people from different nationalities, different countries, and that social education that you get, I believe, is key, because it teaches you and shows you how to deal with different people in different situations and in different atmosphere. And out of all of the things that I learned, I graduated with a degree in criminal justice, but out of all of the things I learned how to deal with people, with different kinds of people, different attitudes, and continue to make the best of every opportunity. And I believe most of all, that's what college teaches. It's a great experience. Collegiate life is a great experience, and if anybody have a chance to experience the college life, definitely experience. But remember that you're on your own, parents not in your ear, and there's some decisions that you're gonna have to make, and parents ain't gonna be there to slap you on your arm or tell you not to do that. Now you're a grown man, grown woman, and you 2 hours away from the house, and you can do stuff mama don't know, daddy don't know about. So it's a maturing place, and you're always responsible for your actions.
No, that is so true. You said right there at the end that your mom is not there, your dad not there, grandma and grandpa's not there,
right.
And so you have to make the right decision.
Absolutely.
When you go to college now, that you begin to be an adult now,
Right.
And so that you have to make the right decision, you know, and all decisions are not good decisions.
Absolutely.
You know, and so that you learn, you're there to learn, and you're meeting all different nationalities and different people, different culture, and so it's called diversity.
Right.
And so that our menu, you know, that you share with them, and that how the Lord, sometimes you don't know what the Lord is doing in our life as a young age, but the Lord prepares us for the big blessing, you know, and so sometimes you have to go through the valley to get where you're at, and you know that God, you know that He has things in store for us.
Absolutely.
You know, and so that but we just have to continue to strive towards the mark. You know, and that look at you now. That whoever thought that Corey Young would be a pastor? You know, whoever thought that, right?
Definitely not me.
That's right.
Definitely not me.
You know, and that whoever thought that you would be sitting there over the flock, you know, and leading the sheep, you know, that who would ever thought that, you know, but God already had this ordained for you. And so Pastor Corey Young, I know that you just got ordained as a pastor at St. James Baptist Church, probably, I don't know, maybe a year ago. How long you been there?
About 16 months. January, this past January 24th made a year. So we're going into our 5th month. So about 4.5 months ago, 16 months ago that I became the pastor. I was installed as the pastor of the St. James Baptist Church.
Yeah, and St. James Baptist Church, the pastor over there was Pastor
Donald Washington.
Pastor Donald Washington there at St. James Baptist Church, and I think he took sick and
eventually went out to be with the Lord.
Yeah, he did go out and be with the Lord, and I pray. You know, you're a young man. I think God has so much for you that you can make a difference. You right there in the community, right there in the hardcore of the community.
Definitely.
You know,
definitely.
A young man like you got plenty of energy. You know, God knows. You may not think you got the energy, but God give it to you.
Absolutely.
The Holy Ghost.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Places that you think you can't go in, God He will lead you through that.
Absolutely.
You know, and so I know that God is going to use you and the rest of the congregation over there where you at. I know that God has given you a vision there for the people there at St. James there, and I pray that God just continue to bless you. I think, you know, just kind of talk about the church there and the church service and Bible study, and if y'all have any upcoming events, and then we're going to move on to other things.
Church, the St. James Baptist Church of Lafayette, been in establishment now for 102 years. This upcoming September, we'll be celebrating 103 years of the church being in existence. And I'm just excited that the Lord allowed me, I'm humbled that the Lord allowed me to become the pastor of that historical church. My predecessor, Pastor Washington, was there 20 plus years and did an awesome work while he was there. And I'm just trying to, he passed the baton on to me, and I'm just trying to continue to run as fast as I can, as hard as I can, and do everything that God wants me to do. We located in what Lafayette people call the Macomb area, but our goal, what we want to do, we want to transform the community for the glory of God. And I believe that it's going to take just not me as the pastor and just not my church, St. James Baptist Church, but other spiritual leaders coming together and help me pastor that community, pastor the area, and even pastor Lafayette and the Acadiana area.
Sure.
So I'm excited about what the Lord is doing. We are growing spiritually, physically, numerically, even financially. So God is good. God is being glorified, and I'm just more excited about what the Lord is going to do in the near future.
Wow. Wow. You know, I know that God will do it, and as long as you have the vision for the people. And you said something, you know, that stands out, that, you know, I want the other churches in this community to help me. You know, we come together and pastor this community.
Right.
You know, it takes more than one church. You know, it's not about you and the church. It's about this community. You know, our community is falling apart, and that on the way our communities come together, when they see us pastors come together,
right,
and other churches come together. You know, it's not about Catholic, it's not about Methodist, it's not about full gospel. It's about the Lord. You know, it's about God. I know we all have different belief, but at the end of the day, we know our community and these people need to be saved and have salvation.
That's right.
You know, you said that we have to pastor our community.
Absolutely.
And that, you know, something going on in the community, you don't have to be a member of the church to be part of what's going on in the community. I think the church is trying to reach out to the community, our young generation.
Yes.
You know, Pastor Corey, you know, we look at the news every day. What do we see? See something going on every day.
Shooting, murder.
Yes.
Exactly.
Violence. I was looking at the news on today where they had to stop the school bus because there was a big old fight on the bus.
Wow.
You know, I mean, kids can't even ride the school bus to school, you know, because the violence that we are having. And I think that's come from, you know, parents. I see parents want to bring the child to the church for the pastor to do the parent work.
Right.
You know, it's so much that Pastor Young that we can do, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we the pastor, not the parents.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you bringing them in and say, I have this all the time. They said, Pastor Banks, can you do this? I can't change your child overnight.
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly.
It will take a miracle.
Yeah, he or she they're more with you than they am with me. So
Right.
you got to make sure that you doing what you're supposed to do, or we got to make sure we doing what we're supposed to do as parents.
Right.
And that's raise them up to fear God, to love God, to love people, and to have some integrity.
Right, and you know what? It starts at home, and these parents have to show love and passion for our children.
Yes.
You know, we have to lead by example.
Absolutely.
We have to lead by example. If children begin to see you doing something, what they going to do?
They're going to follow along.
They're going to follow along and feel that, that, well, if my mama doing it, well, I'm doing it. If my daddy do it, I'm going to do it. And so now that, they bring the child to the church and they want us to change the child overnight. We can't change the children overnight. We can pray for them and pray that God, just continue to bless them and keep them covered. But, we can't be the parents to these children. We can be the pastor to them.
Right.
But we can't be their parents. And I see that. And so it's going to take more than Pastor Young and St. James Baptist Church there to take care, be part of this community. So I'm asking everyone in that community over there, you have to be in that community, right, Pastor? Sure don't.
If you want to help us do the right thing and pastor and clean all of the crime in the area, come on out. We will not turn you away. I believe that the more come, then the more can get done, because we are an extensions of the ministry of Jesus Christ. And Jesus himself said that you are going to do greater things that I've done, meaning that we are going to be able to get more accomplished than Jesus was able to get more accomplished, because Jesus was just one person.
Right.
And now we are an extension of his ministry. So it's our job to go and transform the community from the inside out. We are looking for politicians to transform it. We are looking for the sororities, civic clubs to transform it, the fraternities. But God have given the church, have given the believers the power to transform the world. And if we fail to transform the world, then we are doing this world a disservice.
Yes. And, and that we have to continue to give a service. And Jesus says that he said, I couldn't do the work of the Lord until I was anointed.
Exactly.
And that I tell people all the time, if you've been anointed and appointed by God, God said he couldn't go out and do the miracles and do the work of the Lord until he was anointed. And that there's some anointed ones out here can reach this generation, reach the young generation. If you have a gift and that God has given you, God has brought you through addiction, homosexual, whatever he done brought you through, been to prison or whatever he done done for you, that is, you have a gift that God delivered you. And so God has delivered you. Who you think, you can reach somebody with your testimony, and share with this community that what the Lord has done for you. So Pastor Young, when y'all have church service, when is Bible study?
We have church service every Sunday. Sunday school began at 9 a.m. promptly. That's about 45 minutes, and the actual worship experience began about 10 o'clock. We normally out between 11:30, 11:45. Also on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, we have our dunamis prayer and Bible study from 6 to 7:30. The first 30 minutes is prayer, and then the last 55 minutes of it is the actual Bible study portion of our service. So that's every Wednesday from 6 to 7:30, and every Sunday from 9 a.m. at Sunday school, 10 o'clock worship experience, and we're normally out at 11:30. We are located at 1001 Plum Street in the city of Lafayette, Louisiana.
Go by and visit Pastor Corey Young at St. James Baptist Church. He have given you the time and the location of the ministry, so we invite you to go by. So Pastor Young, let's do a little shift change here. Let's talk about the senior pastor of Alliance of Southwest Louisiana. I think me and you is part of senior pastor of Alliance, pastor Alliance of Southwest Louisiana, and that we began to do some things in this community. And I think that you're the chairperson for the community beautification.
Right.
And I think that we're getting ready to do some things here in the community to try to beautify our community. And so there's some areas that we're going to be looking at, going to be cleaning up. So I'm going to ask Pastor Young just to kind of share with us the areas that we're going to be cleaning up, time and location. We need volunteers. Anybody want to make donation, lawnmowers, hose, rakes, things like that. So that, am I right?
Right. Yeah, we need some supplies.
We need some supplies. So I'm putting it out there so that your service is well needed. And remember, you are a volunteer. This is not a paid job. So that we are here to beautify the north side. And so I'm going to ask Pastor Young to just kind of share with us the location and the place where we're going to be cleaning up at.
Thank you, Pastor Banks. Yes, the Senior Pastoral Alliance of Southwest Louisiana have in conjunction with Cox Communications and Home Depot, we have come together and partnered up because what we decided to do, one of the things that we want to do as senior leaders, spiritual leaders, we are in the service business, and we provide a service. And one of the things that we want to do, we want to go out in the community and clean up the north side part of Lafayette. On May 14th from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., some 200 plus volunteers will be going out in the area of between Willow and Cameron and University and Northeast Evangeline Thruway, some 85 streets that we're going to be going, and we're going to be picking up paper. We're going to be mowing some grass. We're going to be moving and removing items off property that people want us to remove. It's just to let the people know that it's not about us being pastors and high and mighty, but it's about us being servants. We are servants, first of all, to all of mankind. If you're interested and you want to volunteer, maybe you're out there, maybe your social club or your civic club, or maybe some of the sororities or fraternities want to come out and volunteer with us. If you would just go to seniorpastoralalliance.org, that is seniorpastoralalliance.org, and there's a volunteer form that you can fill out, and you can fill it out and you can bring it to the event on the day of May 14th. It starts at 8:30. We will be meeting at Super One Foods on Evangeline Thruway, beginning at 8 o'clock. You can come and sign up and sign in. We'll be giving out free T-shirts until we run out. It's just a time of fellowship and going out and serve the community.
Well, wow, that is good. And these pastors just come together. We're talking about, I think we have about 30 pastors part or senior pastor of Alliance here in the city.
Yes.
So we have all denomination, and so that we are asking you and asking the entire community to come out. You don't have to live on the north side to come out and help clean up.
Right.
So May the 14th, 2016, 8:30 a.m. to noon. We're going to be at the Super One parking lot, 215 West Willow Street here in Lafayette, right off Evangeline Thruway. And so you can go get more information from seniorpastoralliance.org/volunteer. seniorpastoralliance.org volunteer. So we invite you to come out and be part of this great cleanup. We're going to be cleaning, mowing, raking, doing all these good things, so that if you're available on May the 14th, we sure would love to have you to be part of this great cleanup. If you want to donate anything, you can go to seniorpastoralliance.org and also leave a message there or send an email. You want to donate rakes, finance, whatever you want to do, just go by seniorpastoralliance.org and leave a message. Once again, thank you, Pastor Young, for being part of the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Pastor Corey Young, St. James Baptist Church here in the city of Lafayette. And the Lord is doing some great things with him, and so we truly thank God. We will continue to keep him in prayer as God continues to move forward into his life, and thank God for what God is doing. And I am Pastor Charles Banks. I'm the pastor of Fellowship Full Gospel Ministry here in the city of Lafayette. We at 1625 North University, so we invite you to come by and visit us on Sunday mornings. My service is at 10 o'clock on Sunday. The Bible study is on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. And so we will have an upcoming event. A crawfish boil will be held May 28th at the Days Inn there in Truman. May 28th at the Days Inn. Rum and sale starts at 6, and the crawfish boil starts at 12 noon. So we invite you to come out. If you need more information, contact me at 337-344-9345. Once again, I'm Pastor Charles Banks, and thank you for watching LA Gospel Beat. God bless.
It wasn't too painful, man.